Bmw Bayerische Motoren Werke AG, commonly referred to as BMW German pronunciation Bmw, listen, is a German multinational corporate manufacturer of luxury vehicles and motorcycles headquartered in Munich, Bavaria, Germany. The corporation was founded in 1916 as a manufacturer of aircraft engines, which it produced from 1917 until 1918 and again from 1933 to 1945. Automobiles are marketed under the brands BMW Mini and Rolls-Royce, and motorcycles are marketed under the brand BMW Motorrad. In 2017, BMW was the world's 14th largest producer of motor vehicles with 2,279,503 vehicles produced. The company has significant motorsport history, especially in touring cars, Formula One, sports cars, and the Isle of Man TT. BMW is headquartered in Munich and produces motor vehicles in Germany, Brazil, China, India, Mexico, the Netherlands, South Africa, the United Kingdom, and the United States. The Quandt family is a long-term shareholder of the company, with the remaining shares owned by public float following brothers Herbert and Harald Quandt's investments in 1959, which saved the company from bankruptcy. History. Bayerische Flugzeugwerke AG was formed in 1916. This company was renamed to Bayerische Motoren Werke BMW in 1922. However, the name BMW dates back to 1913, when the original company to use the name was founded by Karl Rapp, initially as Rapp Motorenwerk GmbH. BMW first product was a straight six aircraft engine called the Bmw Art, designed in the spring of 1917 by engineer Max Fries. Following the end of World War I, BMW remained in business by producing motorcycle engines, farm equipment, household items, and railway brakes. The company produced its first motorcycle, the BMW R32, in 1923. BMW became an automobile manufacturer in 1928 when it purchased Fahrzeugfabrik Eisenach, which at the time built Austin 7s under license under the Dixie mark. The first car sold as a BMW was a rebadged Dixie called the BMW 3/15, following BMW acquisition of the car manufacturer Automobilwerk Eisenach. Throughout the 1930s, BMW expanded its range into sports cars and larger luxury cars. Aircraft engines, motorcycles, and automobiles would be BMW main products until World War II. During the war, against the wishes of its director Franz Joseph Popp, BMW concentrated on aircraft engine production using as many as 40,000 slave laborers. These consisted primarily of prisoners from concentration camps, most prominently Dachau. Motorcycles remained as a sideline, and automobile manufacture ceased altogether. BMW factories were heavily bombed during the war, and its remaining West German facilities were banned from producing motor vehicles or aircraft after the war. Again, the company survived by making pots, pans, and bicycles. In 1948, BMW restarted motorcycle production. BMW resumed car production in Bavaria in 1952 with the BMW 501 luxury saloon. The range of cars was expanded in 1955 through the production of the cheaper Isetta microcar under license. Slow sales of luxury cars and small profit margins from microcars meant BMW was in serious financial trouble, and in 1959 the company was nearly taken over by rival Daimler-Benz. A large investment in BMW by Herbert Quandt and Harald Quandt resulted in the company surviving as a separate entity. The Quandt's father, Gunther Quandt, was a well-known German industrialist. Quandt joined the Nazi Party in 1933 and made a fortune arming the German Wehrmacht, manufacturing weapons and batteries. Many of his enterprises were appropriated from Jewish owners under duress, with minimal compensation. At least 3 of his enterprises made extensive use of slave laborers, as many as 50,000 in all. One of his battery factories had its own on-site concentration camp, complete with gallows. Life expectancy for laborers was 6 months. While Quandt and BMW were not directly connected during the war, funds amassed in the Nazi era by his father allowed Herbert Quandt to buy BMW. The BMW 700 was successful and assisted in the company's recovery. The 1962 introduction of the BMW New Class compact sedans was the beginning of BMW reputation as a leading manufacturer of sport-oriented cars. Throughout the 1960s, BMW expanded its range by adding coupe and luxury sedan models. The BMW 5 Series mid-sized sedan range was introduced in 1972, followed by the BMW 3 Series compact sedans in 1975. The BMW M division released its first road car, a mid-engine supercar, in 1978. This was followed by the BMW M5 in 1984 and the BMW M3 in 1986. Also in 1986, BMW introduced its first V12 engine in the 750 luxury sedan. The company purchased the Rover Group in 1994, however the takeover was not successful and was causing BMW large financial losses. In 2000, BMW sold off most of the Rover brands, retaining only the Mini brand. In 1998, BMW also acquired the rights to the Rolls-Royce brand from Vickers plc. The 1995 BMW Z3 expanded the lineup to include a mass-production two-seat roadster, and the 1999 BMW X5 was the company's entry into the SUV market. The first modern mass-produced turbocharged petrol engine was introduced in 2006. From 1973 to 1975, BMW built 1672 units of a turbocharged M10 engine for the BMW 2002 Turbo, with most engines switching over to turbocharging over the 2010s. The first hybrid BMW was the 2010 BMW Active Hybrid 7, and BMW's first mass-production electric car was the BMW i3 City car, which was released in 2013. From 1968 to 1972, BMW built two battery electric BMW 1602 Electro saloons for the 1972. After many years of establishing a reputation for sporting rear-wheel drive cars, BMW's first front-wheel drive car was the 2014 BMW 2 Series Active Tour Multi-Purpose Vehicle MPV. In January 2021, BMW announced that its sales in 2020 fell by 8.4% due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic and the restrictions. However, in the fourth quarter of 2020, BMW witnessed a rise of 3.2% of its customers' demands. Branding. Company name. The name BMW is an abbreviation for Bayerische Motoren Werke, German pronunciation Bayerische Motoren Werke. This name is grammatically incorrect in German. Compound words must not contain spaces, which is why the name's grammatically correct form Bayerische Motoren Werke, German pronunciation Bayerische Motoren Werke has been used in several publications and advertisements in the past. Bayerische Motoren Werke translates into English as Bavarian Motor Works. The suffix AG, short for Aktiengesellschaft, signifies an incorporated entity which is owned by shareholders, thus akin to Inc. US or PLC, Public Limited Company UK. The terms Beamer, Bimmer and BM are sometimes used as slang for BMW in the English language and are sometimes used interchangeably for cars and motorcycles. Logo. The circular blue and white BMW logo or roundel evolved from the circular wrap Motorenwerk company logo, which featured a black ring bearing the company name surrounding the company logo on a plinth horse's head coupe. BMW retained wrap's black ring inscribed with the company name, but adopted as the central element a circular escutcheon bearing a quasi-heraldic reference to the coat of arms and flag of the Free State of Bavaria, as the state of their origin was named after 1918, being the arms of the House of Wittelsbach, Dukes and Kings of Bavaria. However, as the local law regarding trademarks forbade the use of state coats of arms or other symbols of sovereignty on commercial logos, the design was sufficiently differentiated to comply, but retained the tinctures azure blue and argent white. The current iteration of the logo was introduced in 2020, removing 3D effects that had been used in renderings of the logo, and also removing the black outline encircling the rondel. The logo will be used on BMW branding, but will not be used on vehicles. The origin of the logo is a portrayal of the movement of an aircraft propeller. The BMW logo with the white blades seeming to cut through a blue sky is a myth which sprang from a 1929 BMW advertisement depicting the BMW emblem overlaid on a rotating propeller with the quarters defined by strobe light effect, a promotion of an aircraft engine then being built. For a long time, BMW made little effort to correct the myth that the BMW badge is a propeller. It is well established that this propeller portrayal was first used in a BMW advertisement in 1929, 12 years after. Slogan. The slogan "The Ultimate Driving Machine" was first used in North America in 1974. In 2010, this long-lived campaign was mostly supplanted by a campaign intended to make the brand more approachable and to better appeal to women. Joy women, joy women, joy women, joy women, joy women, joy women, joy. By 2012, BMW had returned to the ultimate driving machine. Finances. For the fiscal year 2017, BMW reported earnings of €8.620 billion, with an annual revenue of €98.678 billion, an increase of 4.8% over the previous fiscal cycle. BMW shares traded at over €77 per share, and its market capitalization was valued at US $55.3 billion in November 2018. Motorcycles. BMW began production of motorcycle engines and then motorcycles after World War I. Its motorcycle brand is now known as BMW Motorrad. Their first successful motorcycle after the failed Helios and Flink was the R32 in 1923, though production originally began in 1921. This had a boxer twin engine in which a cylinder projects into the airflow from each side of the machine. Apart from their single-cylinder models basically to the same pattern, all their motorcycles used this distinctive layout until the early 1980s. Many BMW are still produced in this layout, which is designated the R series. The entire BMW motorcycle production has, since 1969, been located at the company's Berlin Spandau factory. During the Second World War, BMW produced the BMW R75 motorcycle with a motor-driven sidecar attached, combined with a lockable differential. This made the vehicle very capable off-road. In 1982 came the K Series, shaft drive but water-cooled and with either 3 or 4 cylinders mounted in a straight line from front to back. Shortly after, BMW also started making the chain-driven F and G series with single and parallel twin-Rotax engines. In the early 1990s, BMW updated the Airhead Boxer engine, which became known as the Oilhead. In 2002, the Oilhead engine had 2 spark plugs per cylinder. In 2004, it added a built-in balance shaft and increased capacity to 1170 cc and enhanced performance to 75 kW 101 HP for the R1200 GS, compared to 63 kW 84 HP of the previous relevant 50 GS. More powerful variants of the Oilhead engines are available in the relevant 100S and R1200S, producing 73 and 90, 1 kW 98 and 122 HP respectively. In 2004, BMW introduced the new K1200S sports bike, which marked a departure for BMW. It had an engine producing 125 kW 168 HP, derived from the company's work with the Williams phone team, and is lighter than previous K models. Innovations include electronically adjustable front and rear suspension, and a Hasse-type front fork that BMW calls dual-over. BMW introduced anti-lock brakes on production motorcycles starting in the late 1980s. The generation of anti-lock brakes available on the 2006 and later BMW motorcycles paved the way for the introduction of electronic stability control or anti-skid technology later in the 2007 model year. BMW has been an innovator in motorcycle suspension design, taking up telescopic front suspension long before most other manufacturers. Then, they switched to an Earl's fork front suspension by swinging fork 1955 to 1969. Most modern BMW are truly rear swing arm single-sided at the back compare with the regular swinging fork usually, and wrongly, called swinging arm. Some BMWs started using yet another trademark front suspension design, the telelever, in the early 1990s. Like the Earl's fork, the telelever significantly reduces dive under braking. BMW Group on 31 January 2013 announced that Pure Industry AG has bought Husqvarna motorcycles for an undisclosed amount, which will not be revealed by either party in the future. The company is headed by Stefan Pure, CEO of KTM. Pure Industry AG is 51% owner of KTM and 100% owner of Husqvarna. In September 2018, BMW unveiled a new self-driving motorcycle with BMW Motorrad, with a goal of using the technology. The design of the bike was inspired by the company's BMW Art 1200 GS model. Automobiles. Current models. The current model lines of BMW cars are 1 Series 5-door hatchbacks model code F40. A 4-door sedan variant model code F52 is also sold in China and Mexico. 2 Series 2-door coupes model code G42, Active Tour 5-seat MPV F45 and Grand Tour 7-seat MPV F46, and 4-door Grand Coupe Fastback model code F44. 3 Series 4-door sedans model code G20 and 5-door station wagons G21. 4 Series 2-door coupes model code G22, 2-door convertibles model code G23, and 5-door Grand Coupe Fastbacks model code G24. 5 Series 4-door sedans model code G30, and 5-door station wagons G31. A long-wheelbase sedan variant G38 is also sold in China. 6 Series Gran Turismo 5-door coupes model code G32. 7 Series 4-door sedans model code G11 and long-wheelbase 4-door sedans model code G12. 8 Series 2-door coupes model code G14, 2-door convertibles G15 and Grand Coupe 4-door fastbacks G16. The current model lines of the X Series SUV and crossovers are Zone F48, X2 F39, X3 Gone, X4 G2, G2, X5 G5, X6 G6, X7 G7. The current model line of the Z Series 2-door roadsters is the Z4 model code G29. I models. All electric vehicles and plug-in hybrid vehicles are sold under the BMW i sub-brand. The current model range consists of a 3 5-door B-segment Super Mini hatchback. BMW announced the launch of 2 new BMW i all-electric models, the BMW iX3 SUV by late 2020, and the BMW i4 4-door sedan in 2021. In addition, several plug-in hybrid models built on existing platforms have been marketed as i-performance models. Examples include the 225s using a 1.5L 3-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine with an electric motor, the 330/530 using a 2.0L 4-cylinder engine with an electric motor, and the 740 using a 2.0-liter turbocharged petrol engine with an electric motor. Also, crossover and SUV plug-in hybrid models have been released using i-technology. M models. The BMW M GmbH subsidiary called BMW Motorsport GmbH until 1993 has high-performance versions of various BMW models since 1978. The recent model range consists of M2 two-door coupe, M3 four-door sedan, M4 two-door coupe/convertible, M5 four-door sedan, Mate two-door coupe/convertible and four-door sedan, X3 M5-door compact SUV, X4 M5-door coupe-styled compact SUV, X5 M5-door SUV, X6 M5-door coupe-styled SUV. The letter M is also often used in the marketing of BMW regular models, for example, the F20 140 model, the J11 M760 Lime model, and various optional extras called M Sport, M Performance, or similar. Naming convention for models. Motorsport. BMW has a long history of motorsport activities, including touring cars, such as DTM, WTCC and BTCC, Formula One, endurance racing such as 24 Hours Nürburgring, 24 Hours of Le Mans, 24 Hours of Daytona, and Spa 24 Hours, Isle of Man TT, Dakar Rally, American Le Mans Series, Formula BMW, a junior racing formula category, Formula 2, Formula E, Mila E, Mila E, Mila E, Mila E. Involvement in the arts. Art cars. In 1975, sculptor Alexander Calder was commissioned to paint the BMW 3.0 CSL racing car driven by Hervé Poulain at the 24 Hours of Le Mans, which became the first in the series of BMW art cars. Since Calder's work of art, many other renowned artists throughout the world have created BMW art cars, including David Hockney, Jenny Holzer, Roy Lichtenstein, Robert Rostenberg, Frank Stella, and Andy Warhol. To date, a total of 19 BMW art cars, based on both racing and regular production vehicles, have been created. Architecture. The global BMW headquarters in Munich represents the cylinder head of a four-cylinder engine. It was designed by Karl Schwanzer and was completed in 1972. The building has become a European icon and was declared a protected historic building in 1999. The main tower consists of four vertical cylinders standing next to and across from each other. Each cylinder is divided horizontally in its center by a mold in the facade. Notably, these cylinders do not stand on the ground. They are suspended on a central support tower. The BMW Museum is a futuristic cauldron-shaped building, which was also designed by Karl Schwanzer and opened in 1972. The interior has a spiral theme and the roof is a 40-meter diameter BMW logo. The BMW Welt, the company's exhibition space in Munich, was designed by Coop Himmelblau and opened in 2007. It includes a showroom and lifting platforms where a customer's new car is theatrically unveiled to the customer. Film. In 2001 and 2002, BMW produced a series of 8 short films called The Hire, which had plots based around BMW models being driven to extremes by Clive Owen. The directors for The Hire included Guy Ritchie, John Woo, John Frankenheimer, and Ang Lee. In 2016, a 9th film in the series was released. The 2006 BMW Performance Series was a marketing event geared to attract black car buyers. It consisted of 7 concerts by jazz musician Mike Phillips and screenings of films by black filmmakers. Visual arts. BMW was the principal sponsor of the 1998 The Art of the Motorcycle exhibition at various Guggenheim museums, though the financial relationship between BMW and the Guggenheim Foundation was criticized in many quarters. In 2012, BMW began sponsoring independent collectors' production of the BMW Art Guide, which is the first global guide to private and publicly accessible collections of contemporary art worldwide. The 4th edition, released in 2016, features 256 collections from 43 countries. Production and sales. BMW produces complete automobiles in the following countries: Germany, Munich, Dingolfing, Regensburg and Leipzig. Austria, Graz, United States, Spartanburg. Mexico, San Luis Potosi, Potosi. South Africa, Rosslyn. India, Chennai. China, Shenyang. Brazil, Araquari. BMW also has local assembly operation using complete knockdown CKD components in Thailand. In the UK, BMW has a mini factory near Oxford, plants in Swindon and Hams Hall, and Rolls-Royce vehicle assembly at Goodwood. In 2020, these facilities were shut down for the period from March 23 to April 17 due to the coronavirus outbreak. The BMW Group, including Mini and Rolls-Royce, produced 1,366,838 automobiles in 2006 and then 1,481,253 automobiles in 2010. BMW motorcycles are being produced at the company's Berlin factory, which earlier had produced aircraft engines for Siemens. By 2011, about 56% of BMW brand vehicles produced are powered by petrol engines and the remaining 44% are powered by diesel engines. Of those petrol vehicles, about 27% are four-cylinder models and about 9% are eight-cylinder models. On average, 9,000 vehicles per day exit BMW plants, and 63% are transported by rail. Annual production since 2005, according to BMW annual reports. Annual sales since 2005, according to BMW annual reports. Asterisk in 2008-2012, motorcycle productions figures include Husqvarna models. Asterisk excluding Husqvarna, sales volume up to 2013, 59,776 units. Recalls, SOLs. In November 2016, BMW recalled 136,000 2007 2012 model year U.S. cars for fuel pump wiring problems, possibly resulting in fuel leak and engine stalling or restarting issues. In 2018, BMW recalled 106,000 diesel vehicles in South Korea with a defective exhaust gas recirculation module, which caused 39 engine fires. The recall was then expanded to 324,000 more cars in Europe. Following the recall in South Korea, the government banned cars which had not yet been inspected from driving on public roads. This affected up to 25% of the recalled cars, where the owners had been notified but the cars had not yet been inspected. BMW is reported to have been aware since 2016 that more than 4% of the affected cars in South Korea had experienced failures in the EGR coolers, leading to approximately 20 owners suing the company. Industry collaboration. BMW has collaborated with other car manufacturers on the following occasions. McLaren Automotive, BMW designed and produced the V12 engine that powered the McLaren phone. Fiat and Citroën, joint production of four-cylinder petrol engines beginning in 2004. Daimler-Benz, joint venture to produce the hybrid drivetrain components used in the active hybrid 7. Development of automated driving technology. Toyota, three-part agreement in 2013 to jointly develop fuel cell technology, develop a joint platform for a sports car for the 2018 BMW Z4, G29 and Toyota Supra, and research lithium-air batteries. Audi and Mercedes, joint purchase of Nokia's Here We Go, formerly Here Maps, in 2015. In 2018, Horizon Studios collaborated with BMW to launch special luggage editions. Sponsorships. BMW made a 6-year sponsorship deal with the United States Olympic Committee in July 2010. In golf, BMW has sponsored various events, including the PGA Championship since 2007, the Italian Open Form 2009-2012, the BMW Masters in China from 2012 to 2015, and the BMW International Open in Munich since 1989. In rugby, BMW sponsored the South Africa national rugby union team from 2011 to 2015. Environmental record. BMW is a charter member of the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's EPA National Environmental Achievement Track, which recognizes companies for their environmental stewardship and performance. It is also a member of the South Carolina Environmental Excellence Program. Since 1999, BMW has been named the world's most sustainable automotive company every year by the Dow Jones Sustainability Index. The BMW Group is one of 3 automotive companies to be featured every year in the index. In 2001, the BMW Group committed itself to the United Nations Environment Programme, the UN Global Compact, and the Cleaner Production Declaration. It was also the first company in the automotive industry to appoint an environmental officer in 1973. BMW is a member of the World Business Council for Sustainable Development. In 2012, BMW was the highest automotive company in the Carbon Disclosure Project's Global 500 list, with a score of 99 out of 100. The BMW Group was rated the most sustainable DAX30 company by Sustainalytics in 2012. To reduce vehicle emissions, BMW is improving the efficiency of existing fossil fuel-powered models while researching electric power, hybrid power, and hydrogen for future models. During the first quarter of 2018, BMW sold 26,858 electrified vehicles, EV/PHEVs, and hybrids. Car sharing services. DriveNow was a joint venture between BMW and Sixt that operated in Europe from 2011 until 2019. By December 2012, DriveNow operated over 1,000 vehicles in 5 cities and with approximately 60,000 customers. In 2012, the BMW-owned subsidiary Alphabet began a corporate car sharing service in Europe called Alpha City. The Reach Now car sharing service was launched in Seattle in April 2016. Reach Now currently operates in Seattle, Portland, and Brooklyn. In 2018, BMW announced the launching of a pilot car subscription service for the United States called Access by BMW, its first one for the country, in Nashville, Tennessee. In January 2021, the company said that Access by BMW was suspended. Overseas subsidiaries. Production facilities. China. The first BMW production facility in China was opened in 2004 as a result of a joint venture between BMW and Brilliance Auto. The plant was opened in the Shenyang industrial area and produces 3 Series and 5 Series models for the Chinese market. In 2012, a second factory was opened in Shenyang. Between January and November 2014, BMW sold 415,200 vehicles in China through a network of over 440 BMW stores and 100 mini stores. On 13 December 2021, BMW announced to be moving the production of the X5 from the United States to China. Hungary. On 31 July 2018, BMW announced to build €1 billion car factory in Hungary. The plant, to be built near Debrecen, will have a production capacity of 150,000 cars a year. Mexico. In July 2014, BMW announced it was establishing a plant in Mexico in the city and state of San Luis Potosi involving an investment of $1 billion. The plant will employ 1,500 people and produce 150,000 cars annually. Netherlands. The Mini Convertible, Mini Countryman, and BMW Zone are currently produced in the Netherlands at the VDL Nedcar factory in Born. Long-term orders for the Mini Countryman ended in 2020. South Africa. BMW have been assembled in South Africa since 1968, when Pieter Mintierder's plant was opened in Rosslyn, near Pretoria. BMW initially bought shares in the company before fully acquiring it in 1975. In so doing, the company became BMW South Africa, the first wholly owned subsidiary of BMW to be established outside Germany. Unlike United States manufacturers, such as Ford and GM, which divested from the country in the 1980s, BMW retained full ownership of its operations in South Africa. Following the end of apartheid in 1994 and the lowering of import tariffs, BMW South Africa ended local production of the 5 Series and 7 Series in order to concentrate on production of the 3 Series for the export market. South African-built BMW are now exported to right-hand drive markets including Japan, Australia, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and Hong Kong, as well as sub-Saharan Africa. Since 1997, BMW South Africa has produced vehicles in left-hand drive for export to Taiwan, the United States, and Iran, as well as South America. 3 unique models that BMW Motorsport created for the South African market were the ɛ23 745i 1983, which used the ME-8 engine from the BMW Moon, the BMW 333 1986, which added a 6-cylinder 3.2-liter M30 engine to the E30, and the E30B. The plant code position 11 in the VIN for South African-built models is N. United States. BMW cars have been officially sold in the United States since 1956 and manufactured in the United States since 1994. The first BMW dealership in the United States opened in 1975. In 2016, BMW was the 12th highest-selling brand in the United States. The manufacturing plant in Greer, South Carolina, has the highest production of the BMW plants worldwide, currently producing approximately 1,500 vehicles per day. The models produced at the Spartanburg plant are the X3, X4, X6, and X7 SUV models. The X5 model's production was announced to be moving to China in December 2021. In addition to the South Carolina manufacturing facility, BMW North American companies include sales, marketing, design, and financial services operations in the United States, Mexico, Canada, and Latin America. Complete knockdown assembly facilities. Brazil. On 9 October 2014, BMW new complete knockdown CKD assembly plant in Araquari assembled its first car and F33 series. The cars assembled at Araquari are the F21 series, F33 series, F48 Zone, F25 X3, and Mini Countryman. Egypt. Bavarian Auto Group became the importer of the BMW and Mini brands in 2003. Since 2005, the 3 Series, 5 Series, 7 Series, Zone and X3 models sold in Egypt are assembled from complete knockdown components at the BMW plant in 6th of October City. India. BMW India was established in 2006 as a sales subsidiary with a head office located in Gurugram. A BMW complete knockdown assembly plant was opened in Chennai in 2007, assembling Indian market 3 Series, 5 Series, 7 Series, Zone X3, X5, Mini Countryman, and motorcycle models. The €20 million plant aims to produce 1,700 cars per year. Russia. Russian market 3 Series and 5 Series cars are assembled from complete knockdown components in Kaliningrad beginning in 1999. Malaysia. BMW complete knockdown CKD assembly plant in Kedah. Assembled Malaysia market 1 Series, 3 Series, 5 Series, 7 Series, Zone X3, X4, X5, X6, and Mini Countryman since 2008. Vehicle importers. Canada. BMW first dealership in Canada, located in Ottawa, was opened in 1969. In 1986, BMW established a head office in Canada. BMW sold 28,149 vehicles in Canada in 2008. Japan. BMW Japan Corp., a wholly owned subsidiary, imports and distributes BMW vehicles in Japan. Philippines. BMW Philippines, an owned subsidiary of San Miguel Corporation, the official importer and distributor of BMW in the Philippines. BMW sold 920 vehicles in the Philippines in 2019. South Korea. BMW Korea imports BMW vehicles in South Korea with more than 50 service centers to fully accomplish to South Korean customers. Also, BMW Korea has its own driving center in Incheon.